I started my bookkeeping business a few months ago, and I've got 4 clients so far, and it's growing. I've gotten quite a few calls, and they keep coming in. I wanted to give a context of where my business is at, why I started it, and how you can start your own too if you really wanted to. Starting a bookkeeping business is not easy by any means. It didn't take me long to get here, but I've been cranking out social media as much as I possibly can to get as many calls as I possibly can. So, for those who don't know, my name's Garrett. I run Jones Bookkeeping LLC. It's a bookkeeping business that I own and operate. And I started bookkeeping actually 4 years ago whenever I started selling on Amazon. And you can watch my channel there where I go over how I do that on Amazon Jones. And so I started doing that, and I was recording videos about my journey. And I kept recording videos about the back end stuff, about how to handle your inventory, how to, handle your numbers and your books and all that, which led me to realize that I really enjoyed the back end. I really enjoy the knowing the numbers to the T. And with e-commerce, if any bookkeepers ever tried to do e-commerce, it's really hard. E-commerce is probably the hardest bookkeeping business that we can get into. And I started there, and I still don't completely understand it. And I have resorted to the cash-based system where I just know what money came in and what money went out, because it takes a lot. But I still enjoy doing it, and it's definitely something that I'm going to be, sharpening my skills at. But that being said, I started bookkeeping with that, and that's how I figured out that I really enjoy, doing this type of thing. And so I was like, well, maybe I can do this for others. And so I started my business, and it took a few months of learning other things outside of the e-commerce business and doing that. And I decided upon real estate because I know a few people in real estate, and I know kind of how it works with the flow of everything of purchasing a property and selling a property and all that. And it's definitely something that I am super interested in, is getting into the real estate world. And so that's where I started focusing my energy towards. And that's where I'm thriving right now. And I think that it's I know how to do bookkeeping for real estate. That I do know. Now, getting real estate investors to trust you, that's a whole other story. That's the hard part. But I'm getting there, and I'm getting more and more people interested more and more every day. It's definitely something that I've always wanted to do, is get into real estate, and this is how I'm going to start. Is understanding the language of the back end of real estate. And as of right now, I can safely say that I've gotten 2 clients that I've able to help with their books. They're not reoccurring clients that I'm still working on, but I was able to clean up the books for a couple of them. I did have a large um, real estate investor hit me up, and we called, or he called, and I talked on the phone with, or Zoom called him and everything, and we talked, and he ended up telling me that he had 200 properties, and that's a lot. I went from dealing with 10 to 20 to 200. That's a big step up, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little nervous. And but I quoted him. He did not like my quote. It may have been high, I'm not real sure, but I did not want to cheap out on this, because this if I would have taken this on, it would have taken a really long time to get him onboarded alone, because he had not used QuickBooks before. He was only using Excel. And so the amount of work that it would have taken up front to get 200 some properties and 6 different LLCs uploaded onto QuickBooks would have been a lot. So I quoted him probably a little high, and he didn't like that, and I never heard from him again, which is fine. I did not. If I was gonna take that client on, which I would have, If I was going to take them on, then I'm going to make sure it's worth my while. So I missed out on that client, probably quoting a little too high, but I'd rather do that than, take him on and barely be making anything and then really hating my life after a month or two of cleanup. Because it would have taken a while. I'm not sure it would have taken a month or two, but it would have taken a while and a lot of work. But now I'm rolling. I've gotten a few clients. I'm feeling my steps going further and further, and it's getting easier and easier to be able to talk to people about bookkeeping because now I'm understanding the ins and outs. What I need to know about taxes, what I need to know about entities and stuff, and understanding how an S corp is different from an LLC. All of these things I'm learning on the go. There's a lot of things that I'm still learning. Obviously, I don't know it all, but it's coming together. Lately, I've been uploading a whole bunch of videos about how-to videos and everything, but now I think I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to talk more about my process, more about like where I'm going to be going towards and what I want to get to in order to take you along with my journey rather than talk at you, because this is a journey and I'm starting from square one, but it is like I said, it's getting there and it's growing and I'm building step by step, and I want to take y'all with me. I want to take you on a journey with me, and I think that's the main reason for these videos that I want to upload, rather than teach something that I understand. Am I an expert on? Not yet, but I will be, and I think that that's a better way to approach this than, speaking up on something that I don't have 100% knowledge on. And, because I want to become, a great bookkeeper. I want to get into the real estate business. And so I'm going to combine both of those with these videos by, you know, showing you how I'm learning these bookkeeping steps inside of the real estate world. That way, if you yourself would like to start a bookkeeping business for real estate investors, or if you would like to learn, bookkeeping for your own real estate investing, then, I can be, your guide on that with these videos. And, I'm excited about that. So, if you're excited about that too, like and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll come along with the journey with me and we can learn together. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.